What is going on, everybody? I wanted to jump on here and give you guys a really good overview of exactly how you can use the script personalizer, to generate really high quality, very personalized messages. So let's start by grabbing one of the scripts that I have been using for Drippi that I've been having pretty good success with, and we'll break it down for you and kind of explain how everything is working and how you can, implement this stuff in your own scripts. First of all, I think it's really important to understand exactly how everything is working in the background, and that'll help you, I think, write your scripts a little bit. So essentially what's happening here is we're taking your script and we're taking all the information from the person's profile and we're passing that in one big group to ChatGPT. ChatGPT is then taking that information along with some other instructions that we provide and using that to rewrite the entire message and insert the personalizations that you specified. So I think it's important to note that we're not just replacing the text here where it says first name. We're not just replacing this text here. We're basically rewriting the entire message. And we're doing this because sometimes when you're inserting a personalization or that personalization is not available, the text needs to be dynamic. So the text surrounding the personalization needs to be dynamic so that it'll flow grammatically and really just make sense. So now that you know that's what's going on in the background, let's talk about how you can personalize your messages. So we're going to start it by saying hey and then first name. Clicking that button there to insert the first name personalization. I do recommend making sure if you're inserting any of these options that's not a custom personalization, you should click the button. This is because when we're pushing it to the background to let the AI go over it, we are essentially replacing this personalization with some more advanced instructions for exactly how the AI should personalize it. So if you're just if you were to just write first name and the capitalization isn't the same, it's not going to do that and the personalization is not going to work as well. So next thing we have here in this script is a custom personalization. So with this one, this is the only one that you change. If you click that, basically you just need to delete everything in the middle and write your own instructions. This one doesn't matter if you click the button or not. Just anything that you put in brackets, the AI is going to treat as instructions. So what I'm saying here is insert a personalization that uses a complement, the lead's name, or another personalization element to invite the lead to join the invite-only beta for Drippi. As you can see, this is like a pretty advanced set of instructions. Really what you want to be doing whenever you're writing instructions for the AI is to treat it like you were writing instructions for a foreign VA. So say you were having a foreign VA go through and send all your DMs for you, write the instructions like that. So it just be super specific with exactly what you want. And sometimes you'll see that it'll do things that you don't want. So then you need to go back into your instructions and change them to be even more specific. So that's why I have this tool over here on the right. We can just go ahead and select someone, click the refresh button, and it is going to generate a message to Ryan here. And yeah, so it's just going to basically pull some information based on our instructions and personalize it for us. And every one of these is going to be completely different. So I do really recommend going through and testing at least, 6 to 10 of them each time, before you actually start the automation, because sometimes it'll be good for 5 times in a row and it'll do something really weird. For example, if you're doing a personalization and the information isn't available, sometimes it'll say things that are kind of unexpected, so you need to go back and modify your prompts a little bit. That being said, another thing I wanted to actually go over is how we are handling the first name personalization. Obviously, since we're using AI, this is completely different than how other services are usually doing it. Usually what they're doing is just going in and grabbing the first name of the person's Twitter profile name. And obviously that is usually, or I guess I'd say it's correct most of the time, but there's a lot of cases where people are not having their first name there. So I'm sure there's an example of that here. Oh yeah, actually there's one right there. So she has BM, which looks like it's her initials in her profile, and we will go ahead and run that and see what it says here. So it should either, if it can't confidently determine what her first name is, it'll say like, hey there, or just use a generic first name, but I think it might be able to pull the first name from this one. Yeah, so it looks like it pulled her first name from her handle. So that's just something to know that's going on behind the scenes as well, and what makes Drippi so powerful. So let's go ahead and look at another script here that I have, just to give you guys some more ideas. So in this one, again, we're just using the first name personalization, and we're also using a business name personalization here as well. So as you can see, it looks like, no, she does not have her business name in her bio. So if it can find the business name in the bio, it's going to use that, but if it can't, it'll just use like whatever generic way it can get around or modify that sentence that you put in. It's going to do its best to do that. So let's see, go ahead and run that there. It's probably just going to say, do you use cold direct message to find clients for your business? Yeah, exactly. Oh, it looks like it assumes she has a marketing business. I don't really know why I did that, but you kind of get the idea. Let's hope that she has a marketing business. But anyway, next up we have another personalization here. As you can see, I'm giving it very specific instructions, saying insert a example one sentence personalization that uses as much information about the lead as possible. So and yeah, here we can just see that it basically in this example, I'm just letting it go wild, just say, really just show this person that you know as much about them as possible. Again, we're just can be really specific there. If we want, we could say something like, do not repeat any exact information from the bio. So this will hopefully make it look even more personalized because we're not just like gonna accidentally use some of these hashtags that she has in there or whatever. What is up next? Oh yeah, I wanted to show you guys. So Drippi does not have an official spin tag system. I know a lot of you guys are probably used to using spin tags for whether it's cold email or a different cold DM software that you've used. There is a way to achieve that with Drippi, or actually two ways that I found. The first is saying write a random variation of the sentence and then just inserting a sentence. And what it's going to do is every time it's just going to just like modify that sentence slightly and use a different version of it. And then if you want to get more specific and just give it exact options to use, you can use this and say insert a random choice of the following sentences, option 1, option 2, option 3, and that should achieve the same thing essentially as spin tags. You can also add more than that if you want, give it more options, and just kind of give it whatever instructions you want there. That about wraps things up in terms of the script personalizer. I don't know why I can't say that today, but really just try to get as creative as you can and just test a bunch of stuff out. That's what I've been doing. You'll find that it's really powerful. Sometimes it's not going to write the perfect message every time, obviously, because of course we don't know what information someone's going to have in their bio. But yeah. I also about to do a video about the AI generator, so go ahead and check that out next if you haven't done that already. All right, I'll catch you guys later.